blow, blow, a Seminole wind, blow like you never gonna blow again. I call to you like a long, long friend. I need who you are. So blow, blow across the Okeechobee, all the way up to Micanopy. Driving home on the Seminole, the alligators and the swamp. The blow, blow across the Seminole wind, blow like you never gonna blow again. Just wait here for 20 minutes for the light to change, and then we'll be on our way. So apparently I needed just one more thing. Need just one more delivery yesterday. And I was overdraft by $6 or $8 and they took 35. I'm not really sure why they thought they should charge me. My other bank account was already empty. I'm getting sick of this bank shit. About to just close my account. Go from one red light to another, 'cause they don't know how to time shit better. 'Cause when you stop at the first red light, and then you finally get to go, just to go about 30 yards and have to stop again. Because they don't know how to time these lights, and I don't think they care. 'Cause blow, blow, it just wastes more fuel. It just wastes more fuel. I guess that's their goal. That's what they're trying to do. Is just make us all have to wait. See, now this light's fine green and the next one's red. Why in the fuck does that make sense? Unless you're trying to waste more fuel, it really don't fucking make any fucking sense. So blow, blow, 'cause Seminoles win. Blow, I can never don't blow again. All I can do is wonder why in the fuck this shit's so retarded. It must be because they were just that stupid a couple generations before I got here. I mean, hell, half of them couldn't even read or do basic 10 mathematics. I don't know why the light was red immediately after the last light just turned green. And now I'm going up to the next light, and this one damn sure is green. So it's just something about that light there at Wendy's, they just don't seem to care. It just doesn't seem to matter to them, they just want to waste everyone's gas. How you doing? Good morning. We're on cue for a bad day today. $7 short in the bank account, so they charged me $35. So now I'm $43 short in the bank account. You know, it's just, yeah, one of the days you wake up and you're really, really glad that you have a bank account. You know, you're like, why am I still using this? Why am I still even fucking with banks? Like, I felt it too. Like, I don't know. I thought I counted it right. I had 38 in the count, and then I made 68. So I figured the 38 plus the 68 is well over 100, but I don't know. Some other type of something. What are you doing? You could have went by now, bro. Especially if you're making a U-turn. You should have honked your horn at them because they were at a stop sign. They shouldn't have went, knowing that you were trying to make a turn. But yeah, it happens, man. But now I got some ground to cover. What are you doing? Come on! What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Hello? Hello? I ain't backing shit, dude. No, fuck you, bro. Dumb motherfucker. Get out of your car and give me hand signals. Fuck you, bro. You ain't a traffic flagger. I already didn't want to fucking come to fucking Dunkin'. The only reason I did is because I figured they're going to make me wait 2-3 more hours for the next one, so I might as well take the Dunkin'. Hell yeah. It's like one of the only reasons I came to Dunkin' because it wasn't Friday or Saturday. I ain't listening to Goon tunes. Get a copyright. Back up. I was trying to get a parking spot.
Fucking jackass.
What?
You were being a jackass, bro.
I was being a jackass by pulling into the spot?
Yeah.
You asked me to get out of your way. I got in the spot. Yeah. Watch the live stream. Fuck out of here. You want to see a jackass? I'll show you a jackass, motherfucker. While you walking away. Fucking dumbass. Waiting at me to get out of his way. I got out of his way. I got into the spot. Fuck out of here, dude. I get so sick of fucking people, dude. Honestly. He's waving me to back. So instead, I'm like, okay, well, let me go ahead and get in the parking spot. That's more or less what I'm here for, is the parking spot, so I can go inside. Because I can't just go around the drive-thru. Fucking idiot. Tag number. There's his tag numbers. R-G-Gas. Tell the motherfucker's stupid. Look at his tag. Look at his truck. Look how many fucking things he's hit with his truck. I'm the jackass for getting into a parking spot to get out of his way. He's waving me to back up. It was easier for me to just get into the parking spot because I needed to get into the parking spot anyway. Fucking dumbass. And then think, when I got into the parking spot, it was me. I look, I backed up. I'm out of your way. Look at that. Like, I almost want to play him. I almost want to go in there and show him the fucking part on the live stream. I almost want to show him that on the live stream. No, hang on now. That's the whole reason I'm filming this shit, right? That's the whole reason I'm filming this shit, is for shit like that, right? Hang on. We're going to do that. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go confront this guy while I have it on video. This back up a little bit. We'll find it. It's in here. Just a little bit before that. Okay, right here. Right in here. Let's see. But yeah, it happens, man. I pulled into the parking lot. And I got some ground to cover. And then this dude, okay, look. His reverse lights aren't even on.
Come on.
The reverse lights aren't even on. How am I supposed to know what he's doing? How am I supposed to know what he's doing? How am I supposed to know what he's doing? Right? And then he signals me to back up. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and get in this parking spot then. I was like, let me go ahead and get in this parking spot because he wants me to get out of. I'm in his way now. So let me go ahead and get in the parking spot to get out of his way. And then the dude still wants to give me shit.
What the fuck are
like, but like, what the fuck are you doing? Honestly, like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing though? Like, you have no reverse lights on. You're just sitting there. You're just sitting there. I thought you were about to drop off your daughter for work. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then you finally give me this signal that you wanted me to back up. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to pull into the parking spot because I'm trying to actually go into the store. Fucking dumbass. I'll wait. I'll show him that. He's going to have to come out of Dunkin' Donuts eventually. We'll show him. We'll show. Like I said, like, dude, well, I'm behind you. You don't have your turn signal. You don't have your reverse lights on or nothing. You're just sitting there. You're just fucking sitting there. What I'm thinking in my head is, oh, he's dropping off his daughter. He must be dropping off, like, his daughter or his son works here. So he's just waiting. He's giving him a kiss and a hug before they take off to work or something. So I'm like, okay. Then he starts waving me to back up. And I'm like, well, there's a parking spot right there. Like, why don't I just pull into the parking spot? Then I'm out of your way. You know what I mean? It was split-second decisioning. And I really think I made the better move because he wanted me to get out of his way. So I pulled into the parking spot. You know what I mean? Because if I would have backed up, he would have just pulled into this parking spot. And but I need a parking spot too. You already missed it. You already went up and missed it. So now you got to go around the whole building again. I'm sorry. That's just how the engineering of this building works. It's kind of like one way. You shouldn't really be backing up. You shouldn't even really be facing this way and then driving forward through around this way. You know what I mean? But I'm the jackass. So we'll wait. I just want to show him exactly what it is. What about here in the move that I made? Because I didn't know what the fuck he was doing. What about me? You asked me to get out of your way. You're waving me to back up. So I pulled into the parking spot to get out of your way. Because it made more sense than just putting my car in reverse. My car was already in drive, and I could just pull into the parking spot. For me to shift from drive back to reverse is going to beat up my transmission just that much more, and all because you drove too far forward and missed the parking spot yourself. You know what I mean? And then how am I supposed to piece all this together? Right. This dude right here in this black truck. He was up in front of me. If you saw me pulling in the parking lot, the dude that was just sitting there, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then finally he's like waving me to back up or something. And I'm like, why would I back up? There's a spot right here. I'm just going to go ahead and pull into the spot. But anyway, I'm waiting for him. I'm going to show him, like, I'm going to show, because I have it live streamed for a reason. So I can ask him, what about what I did? Like, watch it from my angle. What about what I did was me being a jackass? Because you were waving me to get out of your way, and so I got out of your way. But he's mad that I didn't back up. I pulled forward and into the spot. Like I said, we'll wait. Not a big deal. Like I said, I thought he was dropping off his daughter. That's why I just want to show him the clip, show him like quick. He's probably not even going to watch it. I already know him. He's probably going to curse me out some more. But that's what the live stream is for. So anyway, yeah, I'll try to show him my evidence. Like, look, dude, I think honestly you're the one being the jackass in this situation. Like, kind of twice, maybe even 3 times. So now you pulled the jackass out of me, and so now, do you really want to mess with that? You know. Anyway, we'll wait. I almost want to go into the restaurant, but I don't want to cause a whole scene inside the restaurant. Better to do it outside the drive-thru. I don't want to wait forever on this order either, though. Well, that's cool. I never even marked it as picked up, so I can wait a little bit. I even told him, I'm like, dude, that's why I like check the live stream, you dumb fuck. And the thing is, man, I can't even key scratch his truck because his truck looks so terrible. Like, you wouldn't even be able to notice it if I did. But here, like, look, it's just scratched up and down the whole thing. The whole thing is just scratched. The hood's sun fading off. Just, the whole thing is just kind of beat up. You can't even really, if I were to do anything to it, you wouldn't be able to tell that I did anything to it because I wouldn't do anything that big either. But look at the size of that scratch over here. Holy shit. Again, there's his tag. Apparently he was born in May. I don't know why they put the birthday month on the tag. I really don't. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, again, he's mad at me because instead of backing up, I pulled into the parking spot because I ultimately needed to go into the building and I can't take my car in there. Anyway, like I said, you know, he's probably just more or less just pissed that he's got to work a 50-hour week this week to afford his truck that's falling apart. And he's here in Florida, so he's more or less probably just getting ripped off for his time. Not actually making a decent amount of money. But anyway. Was he really like showing up here to like he was gonna eat? He was gonna dine in at the Dunkin' Donuts? That was his plan? And like really, I didn't see him waving me to back up. I seen him open his car door and start to make a hand gesture. So I was like, well, before he starts to direct me from inside the driver's seat of his car, what I'm supposed to do from behind him, I'm like, let me just go ahead and get in the parking spot. So that way I'm not even like, I'm in a parking spot. You can figure it out now, buddy. You know, let me just go ahead and get out of your way because you're the dumbass in this big ass truck. Could have at least spit on his truck. It wouldn't have been. That's what Is it assault if I spit on someone's car? I don't think so. I don't even really know if that's technically property damage. Because spit, like, as soon as it rains, it's gone. It's like, dumbass motherfucker. Like, well, sir, if you weren't a dumbass and drove past your fucking parking spot, you could have actually parked in it. But you were a dumbass and drove right past your parking spot. Then want to try and throw your car in reverse while there's two other cars behind you. And you're in a drive-thru. Like, you're one way going around the building. I just don't understand that, you know what I mean? Like, somehow this guy wants to make it like I'm in the wrong. I'm the jackass for pulling into the parking spot and getting out of his way like he wanted me to. Just don't quite understand that one. You wanted me out of your way. I got out of your way. I'm sorry. Somehow that was still the wrong move. Good for me. Like, dude, just go about your day, bro. What the fuck? But yeah, I'm thinking about going up to Gainesville since the bank account's negative anyway. I've got some ground I've got to cover, and it's like really hard to do that around here, anywhere around here. If I'm already $40 negative on a day that I need to make $100, that's not good. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I should just go up to Gainesville and I could be up there ahead of time for the quest and everything. I just don't know the area very well as far as like, well, where am I going to sleep if I go there? If I go up there. But I mean, I'm sure there's a Walmart. I'm sure there's a Target. There's probably there's a university mall. I could probably park in the mall parking lot somewhere. I don't know. But no, yeah, that dude was just a dumbass for no reason. Any other sensible-minded person would have been like, oh, well, I guess, yeah, he got out of my way at least. You know what I mean? Any sensible-minded person would have just been like, well, I guess that's one way you can get out of my way. And he called me a jackass. Like, you know, I really honestly wish I was a horse in this county. Wish I was a horse instead of a human in this county. Dude, come on. Dude, this fucking Nissan, you are so stupid. Because you can't see that you can turn left? Because you're that fucking brain dead? Jesus fucking Christ, I swear. I can't with these fucking old people, I swear. They have no fucking common sense left. It's just all gone. It's just all gone. All their common sense is gone. They've got no clue. They don't know how physics moves. They don't know how the world moves. Fucking 70 years old, still don't know how the fucking world moves. Here it is. What up, Kev? Oh, you missed it, man. You should go back to when I was in the parking lot at the Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I think it was like 10 or 15 minutes ago. But there was some dude in a truck, like not a big, huge truck. It was like a Nissan, not even a Tundra, I don't think. It might have been a Tundra, I don't know. I don't care enough. But he missed a parking spot, and then so he tries to throw it in reverse. He didn't even have it in reverse. He's just, I don't know. He's still trying to make up his mind, or I don't know. I was behind him, couldn't figure out what the fuck he was actually doing. And then so eventually he rolls his window down, and he's he's waving at me to back up because I'm in his way, and I'm like, no. You're in the way. Like you're the one obstructing the traffic right now, trying to go around the parking lot to find a parking spot, and now you're I don't know. In my head, it's like split-second decision type of thing. You know what I mean? And he puts down his window and he's like waving at me to back up, and I'm like, I can't do that because there's another car behind me. You know, we're trying to like go in a circle around the drive-through, around the building, but there is a parking spot right there, so I'm like, okay, I'll just go ahead and pull into the parking spot then. Like, this guy wants me out of his way, and then there's a parking spot right there. That's the main thing I'm looking for, is a parking spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull into the parking spot and then just go inside and grab my order. But anyway, it's just, that's people. That's the America I get to, that's the America I get to be a part of. And really, that dude ain't no fucking better than me. Is he working 4 jobs? Is he working 4 jobs to keep his head above water? No. So how does he really think he's better than me? I don't understand how he thinks he's any better than me. But yeah, it just kind of, I don't know. It's off to a good start already, man. Between me waking up and my bank account being $45 negative, plus, Jack Offisaurus over there. Yeah, we're off to a good start, man. But like, that's why I started live streaming. It's just because of shit like that. Like, honestly. Because I'm getting so tired of shit like that happening around me. And then I've got no record of what happened from my angle. It's just, just older gentlemen with, better jobs. So if we were to go to court, the judge is probably going to take their angle. It's an older gentleman with a more of an actual stable career, in their opinion. So he's the more credible witness, But since I have a camera of the event, the camera is now the more credible witness. See what I'm saying? You can't really go off of what brain dead fucking redneck wannabe Spaniard wants to, the wannabe redneck Spaniard. You can't really go off what he's saying because I have camera from the event. The camera's better than any credible witness. You don't have to question the credibility of the camera. If it's seen, it's seen. Anyway, like I said, day's off to a pretty good start. But nothing really happened. The guy just wanted to be an idiot. I think he realized real quickly that I was recording. That's why he was just like, let me just go in the store. Let me not even shout more profanity at this guy. That's probably what he was thinking too. So I'm gonna act like the adult and walk away after I just confronted somebody. Like, I just road raged at somebody. I got out of my vehicle to road rage at somebody while we were in a parking lot, not even on the road. But yeah, honestly, that motherfucker ain't even seen Jackass yet. You haven't seen Jackass from me yet. Why? Because I'm too busy trying to be smart ass. You haven't actually seen Jackass yet. Alright. 7. I just need 7 more $7. What? Get a hold of support, bro. It's already completed. Now he's got a problem with his order too. And then I asked the guy at Dunkin', I'm like, is this the only one bag? I asked the guy at Dunkin'. I was like, because it seemed kind of weird. I was like, is this the only one bag? I was muted at the time. I might have been because the music was on inside at Dunkin', but I did seriously ask the guy at Dunkin', I'm like, is this the only one bag for this order? And he said, yeah. He knew enough of what I was talking about. He was like, yes, everything's in that order. And then I don't know, the guy's looking for me. Tried to haul ass. He said leave it at the door too, so I don't know if he was trying to, I don't know. It's like, I just move it, bro. I just move the food. If there's something missing, then get a hold of support. If you want, you can try to blame me for it too. Yep, he's already trying to call. He's already trying to call. He's already trying to call. You just hang up. You just hang up. It said potential spam. It literally said potential spam. What else am I supposed to think? It says potential spam. I'm gonna say, please text me. Please text me. It says potential spam. How am I supposed to think that's anything else? It's nothing other than spam. Okay, I went the wrong way. Yeah, that's what I'm like, because I was making split second decision too. Like, okay, I'm like, as soon as I saw his arm come out the window and he was motioning at me, I'm like, oh, now I'm in his way. Because to me, he was in my way. I'm trying to get around the parking lot, trying to find a parking spot, and I got to go in and grab the order. So to me, he was in my way because he's just sitting there. I thought he was dropping off his daughter or his son or something. That's what it looked like. It looked like a parent dropping off their kid at work. That's what it kind of started to look like. I'm like, oh, he's just sitting here. His kid's about to pop out the side of the car, and then he motions to me to get out of his way. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then I add real quick, there's a parking spot right there. I'm already trying to find a parking spot. Let me just go ahead and pull into the parking spot, But like I said, instead of, because he doesn't see it from my angle. He only sees it, I was a jackass, Like I said, you can't, his reverse lights weren't on. So, I mean, he didn't have it, he didn't have no indicator like, oh, that's the spot. I just passed by. And then that doesn't work in the parking lot. If you've passed it, you've already passed it. You've made a commitment to finding a different, better spot. You've already driven past it. You know what I mean? Just like that's, basic etiquette, I think, of how a parking lot works. Like, you've already driven past it. If there's a car behind you, sorry, you just made it free game for them. You know what I mean? Right, that's kind of what I thought too. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, no, I'm just gonna get out of your way. You can figure out what the hell you're doing. Because really, he should have just kept going forward around the parking lot. Like, damn, I missed that spot. And then just kept going forward around the parking lot. What's up, kid? But yeah, and then I get to the drop-off, and the guy's like trying to call me and shit about something on the drop-off. I'm like, no, buddy. I just move the food, bro. I don't bag it. If you're missing something, you need to take it up with the restaurant. Take it up with the restaurant or call support. Like, I can't. I just move it. I just move the food, bro. That's the other part of it, man. People, I don't know, man. People think you like, dude, I didn't bag it. How do I verify what's on the order? I can't open up the seal that they just made to see, oh, this item's there, this item's there, this item's there. I can't do all that. So, Then I get in trouble for opening up your fucking food. I don't know. Anyway, appreciate you popping in, kid. Good morning, man. Sorry, we're off to a good start. Off to a good start this morning. Woke up at 9. And I asked the dude at Dunkin' too. I was like, is this everything? Like, is this just the one bag? I was like, because it says 7 items. It says 7 items, and you only gave me 1 bag. I asked the guy working there. He said, no, you're good. It's just that 1 bag. And then, I get to the drop-off, and the guy's acting like I forgot something, calling me, blowing me up and shit. And then, like I said, even still, when the guy calls me through Uber, it's like a Chicago, Illinois number, and then it also says potential spam. So I treat it like it's a spam phone call because, caller ID is not the most accurate, but it's 2026. It's not like 1998 caller ID. You know what I mean? So if the caller ID doesn't know that the company it doesn't know that it's Uber calling, and it says spam instead, and it's 2026, you know what I mean? Like, something's wrong with that, I feel like. But anyway, I didn't answer it because it said spam. It said potential spam. And the worst comes to worst, the guy gives me a thumbs down. He might give me a thumbs down. Oh well. Dang it, man. Dang it. But I do want to make a stealth camping video, man. It does sound fun. Make like a stealth camping video. But it's too hot. It's really too hot. I would have to get a couple more fans. If I'm planning on sleeping inside of a nylon tent, I need to get a couple more fans. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, a shitty start. It might end up being a good day though. It's usually what happens. You get a good start going, and then something happens, crap, some bullshit throughout the day, or just, you know what I mean? Just the day itself drags on, or for me at least, it's like something always happens where it's like it ends up being a bad day by the end of the day. But if it starts out as a bad day, and I eventually get to the point where I can laugh about it quickly, it ends up being a pretty good day. Like, I was even trying to get that dude to do something. Like I said, I think he realized, he saw real quickly that he was on camera. I didn't have to say out loud that he was on camera. He realized he was on camera. And so that's why he immediately stopped the profanity and then wanted to walk into the building instead. Because I was still trying to eat him up. He was still like walking to the store. And I'm like, yeah, that's why you're walking away now, right? Walking away. I'm so intimidating. Half your size, Half your size with my couch build. I'm so intimidating. You gotta run away from me. Woo! Almost want to head right back up to that Dunkin' and see if he's still there. He shouldn't be. In all reality, he should not be there still. If he is still there, And he really went in. He went into Dunkin' to like have a sit down dinner. Like he went into Dunkin' to like eat and like sit down and like what? You're fucking stupid, bro. You're fucking stupid. You went to Dunkin' to like sit down and like eat like it's a meal, like he's going out to Chili's or something. Like that is just retarded. Just fucking mildly retarded. Oh, the Kia wants to race. Here we go. I'm gonna race the Kia now. But then they get up to 50 and they stop. They changed lanes and acted like they wanted to go around, and then they get up to 50 and then they stop. All they got. But yeah, I'm thinking about driving up to Micanopy. Whoa, concrete truck, stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane. You're a concrete truck. There's no car on the other side of you. If you need to, you can kind of hover over to the right because there's no car on that side. But I want to go check out Micanopy. I think it's been a while since I went. If I have been, we'll go check out that city. But that city's like, it's not a city. It's just like a little historical post op kind of thing. It's an outpost. It's not really, you know what I mean? It's not even really a town. It's just like an outpost. I think there's a strip club there, though. There's a, it used to be, at least, it was called Cafe Risque. All you can eat chicken wings. No. That's actually not a bad one. I should probably take it, but I'm not going to. I should probably take it. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Fuck it. I took it. $4.50. It's Subway pickup, but not this Subway. Not the way that I'm about to turn into the parking lot of. Obviously, no. It couldn't have been a smart, easy way to do it. You know, I've got to go all the way down to the Walmart. Go grab it from the Walmart. There's a Subway inside of the Walmart. I gotta go find a parking spot at Walmart, and then go inside, grab the sandwich. But once I grab the sandwich from that Walmart, I'm like walking distance away from the delivery. So that's why I took it. They could have tipped a little better, but at the same time, they're like walking distance away from the Subway too, so it's still worth it. Oh, the majority of the mileage is going to come from just going back up the street to where it was. It's crazy. That's the only word he could think to call me in that moment too, was jackass. Because like as soon as he said that, he was out of there. It's the only word he could think of. It's the only insult he had was jackass. He probably saw my shirt. This shirt that I'm wearing. So that's why jackass came to his head. Just to be honest, in all honesty. Because if I was wearing a collared like Hollister shirt, he probably would have called me a douchebag. See what I'm saying? If I was wearing like a collared Hollister shirt with some khakis, he probably would have been like douchebag. But no, he said jackass. Then I was happy, ready to go, man. I was like, what do I need to say to get you to commit assault while I've got a live stream? I didn't say it out loud, but I'm thinking that. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you're already fired up over a parking spot. What do I have to say to get you to assault me on the live stream? Because you don't really need to be on the stream. But I don't know, it's just something with this town, man. Everybody's like on edge real bad. The housing market's, the way the housing market is, like everybody's just, you're a brokey. The whole county's just a fucking brokey. the whole county's brokies, man. You might be doing a little bit better because you got a house, but I mean, really, I don't know. I'd rather have some cash than have a house, I guess. You know what I mean? It's weird. It is kind of weird, but I don't know, man. It's like just it's the pricing. The pricing doesn't equal it out, right? All right, can we go or what's somebody broke down? Somebody's car won't start. They got one of them cars that shuts down when they're at the red light, and then now it won't start back up. Yeah, I'm waiting for that shit to start happening. Because you got to think it's got to be tougher on your starter and stuff like that too. Like your car's like it just shuts itself down at every red light, and then as soon as you tap the gas, it like triggers the starter again. I feel like it's gonna beat up people's starters faster doing that. It's probably part of the plan. It's gonna save gas, but it'll cost you 3 more starters. I gotta go into Subway to grab this shit. Look at this Walmart right now. Oh my God, there's so many freaking idiots crawling over each other trying to get a sandwich. Oh my God, I'm going. But like, yeah, you've seen in the video, it's like, how am I supposed to know that you're trying to even back up? Your reverse lights aren't even on. And then maybe to him, he might not even know that his reverse lights don't work. So he's sitting there, he's probably like, oh, what the fuck, I'm trying to back up, I'm trying to back up. And I'm like, and meanwhile, I think he's about to drop off his daughter, you know. Fucking for real. So I'm a jackass by sitting and waiting behind you instead of just blowing around you. Are they trying to get that parking spot? They probably are. I might have to fire lane it. Because I'm not going to do no 100 yards away from the store shit. It's not going to happen. She missed it. She couldn't even get in there. Oh my God. She missed it. Yeah, I might have to do some fire lane. We can just double park on somebody or something. And then walk at your normal speed. Yep. Like, realize that you're in someone's way. You know, and then just walk at your normal speed. I don't know why people do that. Like, I always double time it. Like, whenever, you know, like something like that happens when I'm like, you know, they let me cross the street instead of going first. I usually always double time it. I don't try to just then walk at my normal fucking pace in front of their car. I don't get why people do that at all. It should just kind of be like a common sense thing. Like, oh, he let me go. Hurry up and go. All right, let's see if this is ready. Should be. Got music playing. Alright. And there shouldn't be. Sometimes the problem is there'll be like a line of 5 people trying to get a sandwich. There shouldn't be. Gotcha. I think I'm here for what you're already making. Figure I'd go move my car. I thought it was gonna be like a 10-15 second kind of thing. So yeah. That's what I say. I don't know. Putting a YouTube channel on your car, I don't know if it really does any good. People just more or less point and laugh at it. Well, she's in there. She's like trying to make them. I don't know. Figured I'd move my car. Really, I don't want to do that. It's just like the way that the parking is here at Walmart. You know, like it kind of doesn't make sense to park 100 fucking meters away from the door. And then it was, you know, it was like it was built to just be like a 2-second grab kind of thing. But since it wasn't a 2-second grab, that's where I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get out of the car. I'm gonna go find a parking spot. Because yeah, I'll admit, that guy at Duncan, I was almost planning to not even fucking park in a parking spot. I was just gonna double park behind some cars or something. Figuring that I would be in and out. And then I was like, oh wait, but there's a parking spot right there. Let me just go ahead and pull into a parking spot. It's actually kind of better. They got music playing. Oh, and he was like, he's like, I like your shirt. And I was like, yeah, I think, yeah, no. I was like, I want to get just like 6 of them and just like 6 more of this shirt. And then just always wear this shirt because I got rid of all my other shirts. Just get rid of all my other shirts. Hey, how you doing? They were checking out the YouTube well, not actually checking out the YouTube. All right, we got 2 viewers. All right. The hell? 269, damn good time. Baby, suck to me one more time. Woo! Like I said, I could have just walked it to the guy, like from leaving the subway. I didn't even have to use my car to make this delivery. The guy, probably for some reason, he just can't leave the store where he's at. He's probably not allowed to leave the store. Because he probably could have just like slapped a, like be back in 10. Like when you see the store, I don't know. He probably could have just slapped like a be back in 10 sign on the door. Walked over and grabbed it. But anyway, $2 for me. Meet at back door. Why are we meeting at the back door? That's sus. That is sus. What? Now what? No! Actually, that's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad. It's a little bit before lunch still. He wanted me to meet him at the back door. Okay, kind of at the back door. Alright, here we go. Gotta go. Have a good day, and hopefully you can make a video. No, I'm not gonna fuck with him anymore. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to create an enemy, especially because the guy was like literally just road raging over a fucking parking spot, and I was literally just confused. I didn't know what the hell he was doing. So I was like, let me get in the parking spot, so that way he can figure out whatever the fuck he's doing. But yeah, it's like, that's not a guy that I really want to try to converse with anymore. More or less part of the problem that I see Anyway, thank you for hanging out, man. Appreciate you. If you want to just leave me playing on whatever you got me playing on, you come back from work, and I'll still be on the same TV. Everybody hurts sometimes. Everybody hurts someday. I appreciate it, man. Like, if I have at least one viewer, it'll have me talking a little bit more too. It's like I'll imagine that there's actually somebody there. But I'm so close. I'm like 600 hours away. Very little help from my parents. Very little help from my parents. Not a lot of YouTubers can say that either. You know, there's a lot of YouTubers, like, you know, I don't know if they could say, you know, with very little help from my parents either. I did this. With my parents heckling me to get a job the whole time instead of supporting me on my YouTube career. No break. No break. No brakes. No brakes allowed. No braking. No brakes allowed. This is a warehouse. Alright, like, come on. The speed limit's 50. Like we're in a funeral recession or something. I don't understand it. It's like this every day. It's like this every day. All 3 lanes going the same speed practically. Every day. And then this Prius has a bunch of clean air in front of them. Like they could, I don't know why they're like, just like chilling, like they're in a golf cart or something. I don't get it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, look at how much space the Prius had in front of them. Like, oh my God. I don't know what to do with these people. The government won't just exterminate them. But damn, it would have been nice if that guy would have made me actually have to use my pepper spray on him. If he would have actually tried to like jump or like lunge at me or something, I would have probably just. Yeah, now what? You gonna go get your fucking donuts? You gonna give me some shit some more? You gonna go in the bathroom and wash your fucking face now, you fucking idiot? Just go for it, just go for it, just go for it. I'm going for it too. Yes. You're good. You're good. You're good. They have a stop sign. You're good. Fucking idiot. Okay. There's nobody even walking. I don't understand. We actually got a point where there's nobody just there's not people just continuously flowing out of the front of this Walmart. They're spawning out of the Walmart or something. More of them just keep spawning. Nice. No stop sign. I don't know why there's not a stop sign there. But technically, yeah, there is no stop sign there. You can just kind of just plow right on through. This is a spot. This is non-handicap. Right here. Like I noticed, like I'm going the wrong way around the parking lot, but I'm not doing it while there's 30 cars in the parking lot, and then every single parking spot is full. You know, there's a little bit of a difference between me and that guy at Dunkin' this morning. But you gotta be more field aware. You know, like your field awareness, get that up a little bit more. Ooh. What do they have? You make the world taste better. But anyway, I guess the first time it happened was back way before 2012. Probably was the first time it happened. Not 100% sure. This should be fine. I don't know how far am I going? How far was I going with this? Oh, okay. Yeah, we should be alright. I'm gonna actually... Drink's gonna ride up front with me. Just to be safe, I'm gonna drink riding up front with me. I don't have like a drink holder per se. That's why I always get, like they always get a drink, and I'm always like, fuck, man, they had to get a drink. You know, you had to get a drink. You had to get a drink. It's probably a food stamps thing, too. There's more drinks being ordered on Uber Eats and DoorDash now because you can't get them with food stamps. I don't know. Woo! And it's like next level hot today. Woo! What are they doing? Because you can't pull out into the first lane? It's a red light anyway. So, I mean, you know. Yeah, because you can't pull out into the first lane. Yeah. And then go ahead and scoosh forward a little bit more. Scoosh forward a little bit more so they don't pinch us off. You know what I mean? If you scooch forward a little bit more, they might actually let you in between them. Sort of, kind of. You know what I'm saying? There you go. And then just pull out to the first lane anyway. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you were waving me. I'm sorry. You were waving me and then you decided you were going to go. Sorry. My bad. All right. Let's get around the Nazi supporter. Woo! Yeah, let's see. I don't know why you're kind of just putt-putting it. I don't know why you're just putt-putting it. Just putt. Like, go. Get down the street. The light's green. Let's go before it's red. Hurry. Yeah, I don't know how I could. Those 5 lights right there. Oh my God, those 5 lights make me want to shoot myself. This one right here is like the end of the 5 lights. But wow, I got through those so easily just now. This guy in the Equinox, he's afraid to go any faster than what he's doing, apparently. Everybody hurts sometimes. Everybody hurts someday. Why are you trying to talk? Are you like seriously reading out the directions? Man, that truck, he's been trying so hard to pass me. The truck with the 5 ladders on the roof. I don't know why he's like insisting on speeding in his company work truck with, like, you know, all the tools hanging off of it and everything. Just to end up at the same red light. Oh, good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Damn, I'll tell you what I want, dude, man. Fuck, I just got a craving for. God damn, I want some Copenhagen wintergreen, man. Hell yeah. I ain't even kidding. If I have a good day, I'll probably get me a can of Copenhagen wintergreen. Unless it's $15 a can, which it probably is. I'll have to get 2. It's cheaper to get 2 than it is to get 1. I've seen some stores be like that. I was it cheaper to get 2 of them than it is to get 1 of them. Like $1 more for 2 cans. 2 can price. My dreams are all covered in engine rust. No brake. Don't brake. We're not even going the speed limit. No reason to brake. Do not brake unless there's an accident. Let's go. Boogity boogity. No braking. If you brake, I'm gonna pull out the whip. All right? I'll just leave it at that. See, they're going faster now. No, we just talked about the braking. Come on now. We just talked about the braking. We just had a discussion about braking. Like, I didn't have to hit my brake. I might have to hit it now. No other time did you hit your brake did I have to hit mine. Got about a mile till the drop off here coming around. Beautiful, luscious day. Another beautiful day here. I mean, honestly. If you zoom out, man, I'm so scoped in. I'm so scoped in on the car in front of me all the time. I don't really zoom out enough to like see like how picturesque the scene is. You know? The greenery mashing on the blue sky. Just the right amount of clouds and everything. It's like like a Van Gogh painting, even though it's like digital and on my phone, you know? See, but here, look, this is proof that this lane is 2 lanes wide. This guy's parked right there in the bike lane with a truck. Got a Chevy, or no, that's a Ford F-150. The whole car was in the bike lane. This is actually a 2-lane road, but they've got it painted like it's 1. My dreams are all covered in engine rust. Speak about in the light. Wow. Oh, he's pissed. He just accelerated to get up on my ass too. Oh, that sucks. Damn. If only you would have known like I was turning, like I knew I was turning. He like was just accelerating down the street to get up on my ass as quickly as he could too. And then I had to slow down to 20 miles an hour to make my turn safely because I got food in the car. My bad. If only you would have known the whole situation. You probably wouldn't have got out of your car to confront me. Over a parking spot. Why did they put a damn who the guy is sticker on both fucking sides? They put a who the fucking guy is sticker on both sides of this shit. Whoa. Why would they do that? It's just stupid. Well, I don't. Should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. All right. You jackass, like you wage slave. Wage slave. Hell yeah, 4 viewers for a quick second. Appreciate y'all hanging out. That was, what was that? I don't know which one that even was. He was number 3. Yeah, it was number 3. Hell yeah. Not a lot of money though. They were all like $5 orders, but at least it's number 3. If I was counting towards the quest. 5 viewers now. Appreciate y'all hanging. Get some dash cam. 4 viewers. Well, appreciate you for leaving. Get the fuck out of here. You were not invited. 5 year old. Hey, thank you for coming back. Sorry. I was talking to there was another guy who was here. And I was talking to them. Another dude. But yeah, realistically, everybody's invited. It's an antisocial procrastinators club meeting, you know what I mean? Whenever we get around to it. My dreams are all covered in engine rust. Oh, I should have just got it. I'm still gonna get it. Woo! I properly stopped. You saw me stop too. You saw me stop. Who? Oh, okay, yeah. No, I was just making a joke. It happens all day long. I'm like, well, then get the fuck out of here. Like, somebody will click on it for just like 2 seconds and then leave. And I'm like, well, then get the fuck out of here, then. Because, like, you start to give them, like, a 10-second introduction of, like, hey, this is where I am. I'm living in my car since September. Help me out, man. If you've ever given a homeless guy on the street $1, subscribe to my channel for free and just ignore the videos. You know, but before I can even say all that, they're already gone. I'm like, well, just get the fuck out of here. This ain't your show anyway. Get the hell out of here. What made you click on this, you fucking idiot? The title didn't give it away. But I feel like the title, honestly, it hits pretty hard. Like, you know, it's like that's all it needs to be. The only unnecessary part is the Chronicles, right? Like the Chronicles of a. I could probably just put homeless Uber driver, but I've done that too, and that doesn't, you know, Chronicles makes it look, it's more like a journaling or something, you know what I mean? Homeless Uber driver, IRL, day 49. But yeah, the Chronicles of a just puts it to another level, sort of, or like a half step up. What is this Santa Cruz doing? Like, fuck, they're zigzagging around like it's NASCAR. They're mashing, squishing their brakes. They're 2 feet off the car in front of them. They look like they're dancing. Like, if you're dancing, you gotta maintain a safe following distance. You know what I mean? Like, what up, cuz? Changing to former crypto millionaire. homeless former crypto millionaire. That probably would get some more clicks. But I'm not trying to lie to the audience, like, in the title. You know, I'm trying not to lie to the audience at all. I'm trying to, if I could bullshit you maybe, but that's different. You know, that's not just trying to blatantly lie. Former crypto millionaire. But there probably would be like twice as many views at the end of a 14-hour day alive. In the 14-hour day alive, there probably would be, because the people they would show it to is going to have crypto in the title. It would be a different audience it would hit. You might even hit like some retiree type, you know, people that are looking for retirement videos or whatever. Former crypto millionaire, so I don't know. People looking for financial stuff. I could probably put former crypto hundredaire. The former crypto hundredaire might, like, it raises an eyebrow. Former crypto hundredaire might make people click on it and be like, what? And it's like, oh, it's just a guy, you know. Oh, hundredaire, I get it, yeah. It's like, I'm a hundredaire too. free hearing test. That actually looked like a vision test, to be honest with you. It should have said free vision test. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like right here. You read it, right? Okay, you're good to go. Free vision test. You already passed. No, I meant the other guy. The other guy. But that's the sad part, right? Like, if you ever became a crypto millionaire, you'd think you would be smart and like take $250,000 and put it on stretch at this point, right? Like, you'd probably have, like, if you're a multi, well, let's say you're crypto multi-millionaire, just to be safe, right? You would take $1 million and put it in a bank account. You get at least that 0.2% interest on having that in a savings account, $1 million in a savings account, and then take another $250,000 and put it on stretch. And then this doesn't matter if it does disappear. You know what I mean? The rest doesn't matter. Like, you lost 8,000 or you lost 8 million for this or whatever for that. Like, it would suck. It would hurt. But at least you have $1 million that you have in the savings account that you just collect the interest on, basically. And the same thing with the stretch, basically. Like, you know, I'd hope that if you became a crypto millionaire, you would build up some kind of reserve where you wouldn't end up like just back straight to homeless. You'd have like a $500,000 piece of property with no house on it at least, or something, you know. Like, believe it or not, this property right here, I'll show you. This property with the fruit stand on it, right here next to the McDonald's. The property with the fruit stand right there. They own the land behind the McDonald's. It's like, this is all one big old piece of property. The fruit, whoever owns this fruit stand, or whoever they get the permission from to put the fruit stand here, they own this, like, almost this whole block right here. I'm gonna show you. Like, they don't own right here where the Ocala pharmacy is. They don't own that, obviously. And then they don't own the electric substation. It's like electric substation, you know what I mean? But yeah, this whole fucking patch of land they own, basically. I looked at it on a Google Maps. The McDonald's, somebody bought a piece just enough for the McDonald's to be built, and somebody bought a piece just big enough for the pharmacy to be built. But then, yeah, the rest of it is a $2.2 million piece of property. It starts pretty much at this tree line up here. Yeah, like, it pretty much just starts. This whole piece on the left side of the road. $2.2 million piece of property. I don't know, I just had the idea to look it up one day because I was thinking about camping on it. And there is no fence, there's no trespassing signs. So I could totally get away with it for a little while. I could at least get away with it long enough to be chased off of it, not arrested. It's this whole patch of land. The whole entire left side here. Wake up. Wake up. It's time to drive. What are you doing? Like, come on. Hit the gas pedal. Let's go. Figure it out. I know it's not really your forte. We'll go see if by some odd chance that guy's car stole it. Here at the Dunkin'. Nope. Nope. I will admit, I'm just kind of driving around aimlessly, trying to see if it's going to ping me with anything. Like, I'm halfway hungry, so I'm trying to make a decision like where I want to eat, McDonald's or Taco Bell. Yeah. Pretty much anything else is going to cost more. Like, it's weird, like, even if I were to go to, like, a gas station and get a hot dog, it's kind of better to just get a McDouble. Sort of. Right. Well, the good news is it's only 11. It's like 11 o'clock. Normally, I wouldn't even be getting started until now. So I've already got 3 trips completed. Granted, they were all for bullshit. But I got 3 trips completed already. If it was Quest tomorrow, you know, I'd be like in really good shape. Ooh, I can't believe they ran that light. Wow. I can't believe the car behind me went through that light. I can't believe you did that. I already kind of pushed it a little bit. I can't believe they went too. Well, here it. Alright, yep. Yeah, that was gonna happen. I knew he was gonna try and gun it, go 30 miles an hour through the fucking parking lot. Make sure the Bluetooth's not connected. It'll ping, and then it'll ring in the car. I'm in the store. You know what I mean? So I don't want that to happen. It does happen. Already happens a lot. Mountain Dew, still waiting on that sponsorship, buddy. You know, the sponsorship would just go right back into more Mountain Dew. I don't know what you're playing with.
And you jealous?
Nope, I got you out.
Who you with?
Nobody. I got somebody ready to take them for free. They know what that is. You bought Chris pizza. They buy it.
For everybody. For everybody. Oh my God, look who's here, my favorite.
Thank you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There was some bad.
That's it.
Actually, right there.
Big Mac from McDonald's. Large fries.
Payment failed.
Large
That's right.
pepperoni pizza.
No, because you won't eat it.
You brought me cheese. I don't eat cheese.
That's right, you did.
I never ate cheese pizza.
Transaction complete. Please take your items.
Nope. It's gone.
Yeah, that's a pretty good zoom. I didn't mean to zoom out like that. There we go. Sorry, I just wanted to reconnect the live stream. Make sure it was up. Sorry for the buffer. Alright, let's see here. Looking for people moving. Good. Alright, let me 2 seconds here. Okay, that's about like 8 seconds. I'm out of your way. Hang on, buddy. I'm out. Those are old guy feet. Old man feet. Old man feet. Old man feet. God, there's like 6 homeless dudes hanging out behind this fucking Circle K right now. Holy shit. Damn. This is a light right here. Holy shit. Alright, go ahead and change the signals. There we go. Oh my God. Damn, man, it's kind of another slow day. It's already 11:20. Hell yeah. $90 degrees. Oh man. I'm gonna have to run the AC all day long today.
This is always the boring part of camping. Basically, you're gonna watch out for like cops, security, stuff like that. Yeah, basically get on my phone. Let me scoop out your webcam so comfortable. Get on my phone for a little bit, relax, scope out the scene. Try to make myself not too noticeable. Maybe. But as of right now, it's like really empty, so I'll be chill.
Oh my god. I've been waiting for this one.
The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
Makes it poor. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is definitely an Asmongold video. Let's watch it. In the last 50 years, over $1.2 trillion of aid money has been poured into Africa. More than the entire GDP of countries like Spain, Australia, or South Korea. When all of this began, what a waste of money, guys. Oh my god, what a waste. Just 11% of Africa lived in poverty. But by the 1990s, after floods of money and global campaigns, that number had actually increased to 66%. And so the more money we give them, the poorer they get. Today, it stands at 38%, over 3 times higher than when the aid program started. In fact, so he spent $1 trillion to make them 3 times poorer? Back in the 1950s, the average Western European was just 5 times richer than the average African. Now the gap has more than doubled to 13 times. There's no way it's that low. There's no way it's only 13x. Today, over half of all... Like, I'm sorry, but like, are you really trying to tell me that like this guy, like any of these people in this photo have a net worth that's like, I don't know what average European is. Like, let's say it's $50,000, right? Their net worth. Like, are you really trying to tell me that like their net worth is like $2,000? There's no way. Still live on less than $5.50 a day. and nearly 600 million people don't have access to electricity. That's not to say this is an entirely recent phenomenon. Africa has always been poorer than the rest of the world, at least for the past 300 years.
I mean, can you...
Probably more like 3,000. Aside from...
Can your net worth can't be potential, right? Like, so like my net worth is $2,000, potentially $1,000. I have $1,000 a month in net worth, potentially. Was that Wendy's $7? Deep up there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with all those lights, man. What about something a little closer to where I'm at? You know what I mean? Something a little closer to one of the 5 restaurants that I'm sitting next to would be a better idea than me to go back down to those restaurants I was just sitting next to and kind of was driving around in circles waiting for an order. Yeah, I think it'd be better if I kind of wait where I'm at for one of these 5 restaurants that I'm next to.
From Egypt.
The West's answer to this has been simple. The reason they're poor is because they don't have enough money. And to fix that, we simply just need to give them more. So that's exactly what's happened. Since the 1960s, the amount of aid going into Africa...
So let me get this straight. Why is it that aid money, like, we weren't giving a bunch of aid to China, but China became rich? Why did that happen?
Has increased by nearly 120 times. It's easy to see why this is such... When we think of aid, we imagine schools being built, roads being paved, children being vaccinated. By and large, this is the strategy that transformed Europe and America into the powerhouses they are today. But in Africa, it doesn't seem to work.
Jesus Christ.
The obvious answer that many people turn to is colonialism. Europe wrecked the continent.
Thank God for colonialism. If it wasn't for colonialism, they wouldn't even have these barrels.
Leaving economic systems
It'd be even worse.
Bad that the rise of dictators and corruption was inevitable. And while there's no denying...
There were no dictators without colonialism.
But fleets of luxury cars and presidential jets, while around 30% of the continent lives without clean water, certainly doesn't help. There's more to the story. And a growing body of research is showing that the money being given to Africa isn't just being wasted, it's actually making the continent poorer. But the truth is that decades of Western involvement might be the one thing holding Africa back. This is how aid laid the foundation for the biggest humanitarian failure of the modern era.
What, because it's funding all the warlords? They steal all the money?
Foreign aid was seen as a kind of magic bullet, a surefire way to lift the continent of Africa out of extreme poverty. And to be fair, by the 1960s, there was a good reason to think this. The one major incident where it had been tried, it worked remarkably well. After World War II, Europe was left decimated, and all of this
I wonder why.
Came with a massive geopolitical risk. Across Western Europe, communist parties were quickly gaining popularity, and there was a real risk that without a strong economy, Western Europe could turn to communism, or worse, be invaded by the Soviet Union. For the US, this would have been a disaster. So in 1947, the government announced one of the most ambitious economic programs in human history, the Marshall Plan. Between 1948 and 1952, the US pumped over $13 billion into Europe.
It's a lot of money.
$160 billion in today's money. The idea was that by providing Europe with large amounts of cash, America could kickstart investment in the economy.
Yep.
And surprisingly, it worked. In the decade after the Marshall Plan,
It sure did. It worked really well with Europe.
You're shopping with blinders on. It's a meat gold mine over there. Premium cuts, at the premium cost. Grass-fed.
Something new in every aisle. It's an Aldi thing.
On June 26th, witness the end of unforgettable triumphs and unmatched bravery.
Can someone go get the shot collar?
Hi, I'm Chris.
Theaters June 26th.
It worked really well with Japan, too.
GDP per capita across the region grew by
It's
almost
a miracle.
35%. For the Western world, this was a massive success. But for America, it also represented a turning point. It realized that through aid, it could make countries rich, and in doing so, create both new trading partners and long-term allies in the
And
fight
Korea.
against communism.
Yeah.
So after the success of the Marshall
Wow.
Plan, the US looked at another continent, Africa. At the time, the continent was still reeling from centuries of colonialism. In 1960, the average income in sub-Saharan Africa was less than $150 a year, and literacy rates were under 30%, with life expectancy hovering around 45 years.
It's pretty high.
Most of the continent lacked paved roads, electricity grids, or functioning. That's something America wanted. Resources. The continent held massive
We gotta get the special rocks.
reserves of oil, copper, diamonds, and rare minerals. And with a rapidly growing population, it was seen as a future economic giant. If America could repeat the success of the Marshall Plan, it could unlock a new economic frontier and build a key ally in the process. So the money started flowing. In the 1960s, sub-Saharan Africa...
What we should have done is we should have built like massive imperial citadels like in Warhammer 40k in different places in Africa where we have all the special rocks, and then we could have had like a military over there that would facilitate the special rock collection. That's what we should have done. That would have worked a lot better. I guarantee it would have worked way better.
was receiving
We would have had way more special rocks too.
$500 million US in aid every year. But by the 1990s, that number had increased 40
The rocks
times
must
to
flow,
almost
yes.
20 billion. Africa quickly
colony.
became the most aid-dependent region on Earth. And by the 90s, aid money made up over
imperial
50%
outreach.
of government budgets in countries like Uganda, Mali, and Burkina Faso. But despite this massive injection of cash, things were actually getting worse. In fact, from 1970 to 2000, average income in Africa declined. Despite
way.
receiving almost $600 billion
$200? Oh my god.
over this time period. But rather than changing approach, the West doubled down. In 2005, the UN launched the Millennium
This
Development
is more about what I was saying about how it's not about doing good, it's about appearing good. None of these people that are like these weird bleeding hearts on social media really care about Africans. That's why they're using phones made with cobalt. Like, they don't care about that at all. What they really care about is being able to use their suffering as social accessories, so they can be seen as a more virtuous or good person. That's it. It's not suicidal empathy, it's pathological empathy. It's narcissistic empathy. It's
goals.
different.
And the G8 promised to double aid to Africa, with the end of aiming poverty by 2030.
Why?
This wasn't just a government strategy anymore. It had become a public movement. Campaigns like Comic Relief in the UK, Live Aid, and Band-Aids Feed the World turned Africa into a moral
That was a generational concert. People still talk about that concert.
crusade. Ordinary citizens were donating millions. Schools held fundraisers, and celebrities sang charity singles, all under the belief that sending money would fix the problem. That all created a powerful narrative, that poverty in Africa wasn't about politics, corruption, or bad governance. It was simply about a lack of money. And if we just gave enough of it, we could solve that problem.
It's just like... It's such a bird brain idea, bro. I don't understand, how anybody could believe this.
2010, aid flows to Africa had reached over $50 billion a year, the highest level in history. Yet nearly 2 decades later, those efforts have fallen dramatically short. 400 million Africans still live on less than $2 a day, the highest number in history. And the continent's share of global trade remains below 3%.
$2
and many
a day?
countries now are
If I could
poorer
pull
than
that
they
off,
were in the
I would.
1980s. All of that raises the
So everything's just got worse.
obvious question. Why did aid manage to kickstart the European economy, but totally fail to do the same in Africa?
Nobody has any idea why.
Like always, a range of ideas have been proposed, from the continent's geography to its colonial history.
Me, where I'm at, if I didn't have to worry about car insurance and gas, if I got rid of the car, I could easily live on $10 a day in today's economy, the way that it is, the way everything is. If I didn't have the car and the insurance, the insurance and the gas, if I didn't have that expense, I could easily be living off of just $10 a day right now. Granted, inflation's a bitch, so I'd have to I need more than just $10 a day if I were to retire, if I had enough, however the dollar amount would be. to spend $10 a day, I would have to assume that eventually I'm going to have to spend like $50 a day. And that 50 is going to go as far as the 10 is, today. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about. I could live off of just $10 a day if I only had the $10 a day,
But in the last few years, one school of thought has gained particular attention amongst development experts. Their idea is simple. It can all be explained by something economists refer to as institutions. These are the frameworks that govern societies, things like the rule of law, property rights, and democracy. And they might be the single most important factor when it comes to explaining why aid...
That's not the most important factor.
...be making things in Africa worse. When the Marshall Plan began in Western Europe, Europe had the infrastructure of functioning states. Ministries, legal systems, and public institutions, though damaged, had existed for decades. These institutions provided the framework needed to rebuild. They could collect taxes, distribute resources, and enforce laws, all essential functions for a stable and functioning society.
Yeah.
But in much of Africa, the picture was very...
Oh, classic. Classic, a bunch of 12-year-olds sitting in a pickup truck Toyota with AK-47s, shooting them off wildly. What is this, Joseph Kony's Child Army tryouts?
Different.
Holy
Most
fuck.
African states had only recently gained independence, and governments were either newly formed or inherited from colonial administrations. But in both cases, the institutions were generally for one purpose, to extract wealth. Unlike most Western democracies, states function almost entirely to serve the interests of the ruling elite.
Michelob Ultra Zero, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
College wasn't built for people with full-time jobs, families, and busy lives. At WGU, we built something different. Education that lets you keep living your life.
Yep, that's right. That's what they do over there.
Indexes tracking the quality of government institutions have consistently found African countries near the
There's no way it's that high. 2.6? Are you kidding me?
bottom of the list. In 2025, African nations made nearly half of the bottom 30 countries on the Polity Democracy ranking. It's not hard to imagine why pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into these states goes wrong.
$8.14 mile. Yeah. Okay.
Presidents who fly private jets to international conferences, or government ministers spotted wearing $60,000 Rolex watches during...
See, this is... Can you imagine how much aura it would have if we had, like, these gigantic fucking imperial fortresses in, like, these different places? Can you imagine that?
I can.
Like, it would be fucking insane.
Anti-poverty meetings.
I'd be so proud.
The continent loses around $30 billion every year due to corruption, and 30% of all the aid money it receives. Over the
so 30 billion. So 30% of their. So wait a minute. So they're receiving $100 billion. There's no way that $70 billion isn't doing more. Okay. No, like, are you telling me that $70 billion can't get them to figure out a fucking road? They can't figure out running water? What are we talking about? There's no way it's only 30%.
50 years. This could amount to hundreds of billions of dollars being stolen. But the problem is...
You Americans look like you're so sad that you missed out on the good old European colonialism times. Yeah. Like, I mean, I remember whenever I was reading about, like, I mean, these dudes, honestly, you think about it, how big of an ass, like, they literally sent the
only reason they started to colonize all that is because they couldn't colonize over here, so we kicked them the fuck out. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. Shit didn't work out over here, so they were like, you know what, we'll go down here. They don't even have guns. They don't even have guns. They can't do shit.
biggest dickheads of the entire country off to the other side of the world with infinite money, and they said, we will pay you $1 billion, please leave. Hopefully you come back with some nice gold in like 20 years, and if not, well, that's just what happens. Like, how could you not miss that? That'd be nuts. We're colonizing space, yeah.
Just that this money is effectively being wasted. It also actively supports the very institutions that make development so hard.
Oh, wow.
In a normal democracy, governments are funded through taxes, and that creates a two-way relationship between the state and the people. When the people pay taxes, they expect services in return, and if the ruling class fails to provide this, then they run the risk.
I'm gonna give like maybe a hot take. Democracy is not as good as people think it is. Democracy only works inside of high trust Western society because of everything. Like, imagine society is a pyramid, democracy is the tip. So unless you have everything else underneath that pyramid, you might be better off with a king. Yeah. The United States isn't a democracy. I'm gonna ban you. Actually, I'm not, because I already forgot your name, but nobody, we all know what we're talking about. You're trying, well, actually, well, I learned in history class. Shut up, you fucking retard.
Of people demanding a new government. But in aid-dependent countries, this accountability mechanism is broken. Because governments receive their funding from foreign donors, it doesn't really matter what the people of the country think. And so corruption is able to persist with very little domestic resistance.
A golden
this
chair.
Pretty much sums up the
Bro, he's actually going and sitting in a golden chair while everybody else is fucking living in a mud hut.
Wow. Resistance. This pretty much sums up the continent's process for the past 50 years. Take Malawi, for example. At various points in the 2000s and early 2010s, foreign aid made up more than 40% of the national budget. But huge amounts of money was being stolen by government officials, paying for things like luxury cars, private homes, or even international shopping trips.
By the way, none of this even comes remotely close to the amount of money that they were receiving. Like, that's not, like, corruption, in my opinion, is not a big reason. Because, like, if you add together, like, so if you're receiving, like, let's say, like, $3 billion, for example, right? $3 billion. So a jet, buying a private jet is like $17 million, something like that. Could be like $40 million, somewhere around there. You have a house. Okay, this is probably like $3 to $5 million. You've got, let's see, a Lexus is like $100,000. Like it's like a fractional, tiny amount of the money. Whenever you really look at it, it's nothing. It's like probably less than 5%. You've got to look at it. You can't just blame this on the elites.
Right.
Yeah, you can't spend $40 billion.
You might expect to spark mass outrage, and after all, the government was siphoning off millions that went to serve the public. But that simply never happened.
UFC fight on the grass in the White House.
Drank?
What other president's gonna give you this? What other president's gonna give you content like this?
That were meant to serve the public.
Only the podcast president.
Never happened because there was basically no political.
Damn.
As the government's funding came from foreign sources.
UFC fight on the grass.
By the mismanagement of public funds, the Malawian citizens had very little power to demand systemic change. This isn't unique to Malawi. The same dynamic has been occurring for decades.
I'm gonna give maybe people might not like this opinion. I think it is a Western pathological narcissistic fantasy to imagine that everywhere else in the world wants to live the same way that we live. You might look at all of these Africans living in mud huts that don't have electricity, and you might say, wait a minute, I know how to solve all your problems. I'm going to introduce all this technology and all this new stuff to you. But has it ever occurred to you that maybe they're not really comfortable with that? Maybe that's not how to improve their lives. Maybe not everybody has to, like, the idea that, like, I view Western civilization as the greatest civilization of all time, and I would never want to live anywhere else. That being said, I don't think that every other country in the world should follow our rules. Like, the people that are living there have their own way of life. They do things their way. Our way is not their way. And I would say their way is really stupid and really bad. but it's their way.
Good point.
And this idea, this narcissistic fantasy that we're going to somehow show them the, the wonders of having to drive to AutoZone at, on Wednesday to buy an air filter, and this is going to somehow improve their lives. I don't agree with that. I don't necessarily think so. Like being addicted, oh yeah, well, no, we can get the Africans addicted to buying the new iPhones too. Who gives a shit? Maybe they don't want that. Maybe it's not what's in their best interest. Why don't you just let them fucking be? Yeah, they're gonna have problems, but they're also gonna not have problems. That's the way I see it.
Looking for something delicious and affordable? Enjoy Kellogg's cereal with milk and fruit for less than $1.
They desire, sometimes they desire the money. Maybe they're better that way. Not everybody, it's such a Western-centric type of thinking that you assume that every group of people, every cultural and ethnic group of people desires what you have. Not necessarily. And all their problems can stay over there. Yes, mo money, no problems. Sure seems like that's the case. I partially agree, but wouldn't the majority of them trade their places for a Western livelihood? If you ask a person, would you rather have a salad or a cake? Most people would say they would rather have a cake. But if you give people cake all the time, they become fat hogs that are diabetic that die. So sometimes you should look at what is best for people without necessarily asking them. Sometimes you just have to make a decision. You have to think about what the right decision is and what the wrong decision is. And also, we have Africa, there's plenty of people, remember that guy earlier, or that friend I was talking about, in high school? There are plenty of people from Africa that have immigrated to the UK and to America that are great Americans and great citizens, and there's no problem.
Woo! I don't think so. Not the worst, but yeah, I don't think so. They know I'm trying to eat lunch. They're sitting here for an hour waiting for an order, and then they wait till I start to eat lunch.
And they're positive to the culture, and I think it's good. And so that's not a bad thing at all. But at the same time, that's not everybody. That's not all of them.
And it in part explains why the country still has such high levels of corruption.
No, it's not.
Of course, some level of corruption exists in basically every country.
I checked my weight the other
especially
day.
during their early development stages. But even under these circumstances,
143 pounds.
Usually still achieve economic development. Small businesses, farmers, and entrepreneurs can drive progress from the ground up, creating jobs and expanding access to goods and services without relying heavily on the state. This is another one of the main problems with aid. It makes ground-up work much, much harder. Because aid makes this route of development far less likely. That's because, more often than not, the things being provided by aid organisations are in direct competition with local businesses. Take the textiles industry. By the early 2000s, nearly 80% of the clothing sold in some African nations.
You look at these people, they're just walking around wearing Goodwill clothes. So there's no local businesses there at all.
Came from abroad. At first, that might seem like a win-win. Clothes were cheap, and aid organizations feel good about reducing waste in Western countries. But the effect on local African industry was devastating. In Ghana alone, over 80% of domestic textile factories shut down between 1990 and 2010, which meant thousands of jobs disappearing.
Haha,
With them, so
I'm a
did the
good
knowledge,
person.
machinery, and networks needed to sustain a homegrown industry. In fact, in the last 2 decades, Africa's industrial sector has shrunk 15% of the continent's economy to now just 10%. This isn't a coincidence. Academic research has found that, on average, foreign aid hurts industrialization in Africa. Even the World
Give a man a fish.
Bank, one of the biggest aid organizations in the world, found that periods of increased aid tend to weaken local manufacturing. But it's not just domestic industries that suffer. The entire structure of the economy can be distorted in ways that make economic growth far less likely. To understand why, it helps to look at how countries actually grow rich. In the last few decades, almost every country that has achieved rapid development has done so through an export-led model. Nations like South Korea, Taiwan, and China have all seen huge amounts of economic growth in the past few decades, and they did this offering low-cost goods that appealed to Western consumers and then selling them on the international.
So the way every country makes money and gets rich is by us giving them money. It's just they give us stuff for the money. Yeah, that's about right. I tell you that. It's just the way it is.
Markets.
Yeah.
Over time, this allowed them to industrialize
the way it is.
domestic industries and eventually move up the value chain.
You're welcome, world.
There is an essential part of the process that people tend to forget: maintaining a weak currency. Doing this makes the country's exports cheaper on the global market and boosting demand from foreign buyers. This increased demand then helps local industries grow, creating jobs and bringing in valuable foreign income, further fueling development. But aid money creates the opposite effect. When money flows into the country, it needs to be converted into the local currency so that governments and aid organizations can actually spend it. But doing this pushes up the price of the currency on foreign exchange markets in response to the higher demand. Having a more valuable currency may not sound like a bad thing, but it actually causes a serious problem. A more expensive currency means that for foreigners trying to buy a country's produce, everything suddenly becomes more expensive, so people simply stop buying the produce. For developing economies, this is a total disaster. It means the export-led model that worked so successfully in East Asia becomes impossible to replicate. In Africa today, exports account for about 20% of the average GDP. Less than half of most successful.
So how do they make money?
This is getting hard. I'm gonna need some extra lives. You know we could have earned cash back for that? Wait, cash back from my game?
What the hell do they do?
East Asian economies like Hong Kong, South Korea, or Taiwan. Instead of developing competitive industries and shipping products around the world, aid-dependent countries end up relying on foreign assistance to survive, while their domestic economies remain uncompetitive and underdeveloped. Of course, that's not to say there's no good that aid can do. In theory, it has the potential to fill crucial gaps in development, things like building roads, schools, and power grids, or facilitating domestic economic expansion.
I'm totally against this. You can't figure out how to build a fucking road? You probably can't maintain it either. So we're gonna go over there and build a road so we can feel good about ourselves, and they're gonna fuck it up in 10 years. It's a waste of time. Really, I mean, let's be honest.
But that brings us to the final and potentially most serious issue with foreign aid. It almost never effectively delivers. A 2012 report by the Center for Global Development found that up to 70% of aid projects either failed to meet their targets or had no measurable impact. In some sectors, the waste was staggering. An audit of health aid in Uganda found that nearly 1/3 of donated medical supplies never reached their intended recipients.
It just never even gets there.
Lost to theft, mismanagement, or simple logistical failure. In Haiti, after the 2010 earthquake, billions in aid...
Yeah, keep in mind, we still have Roman roads from 2,000 years ago. If they wanted to build roads, they could build roads. They could, like, theoretically, they could just get the rocks together and then put the rocks together and then make roads with the rocks. The Incas as well. Yeah, you're right. We all see that stuff.
go. Where's it going? Where the fuck is that going? Alright, $9 5 mile, $9 5 mile. Here we go! $9 5 mile. $9 5 mile. $9 5 mile. What you know about them $9 5 miles? Shit, $1.75 a mile. It's like $1.75 per mile. Hell yeah. Nice signal. Shit. You have to squeeze in right here. It's a red light anyway. Should have been more prepared to stop because it was a red light. Thing gonna move faster. Yeah, go ahead. You're good. Oh yeah, this Chevy S10 is definitely not planning on moving. Yeah, I don't know what it is. This Chevy S10 like they're, I don't know, they might as well be in a wheelchair. Get on the sidewalk and get in your mobility scooter. That's me. Braking hard. Brake. Red light. 5 red lights in a row. Get ready. But I'm out here. I'm gonna keep pushing, man. This was a $9, so hopefully I can. Hopefully it's ready. I get to the restaurant and it's like already ready. I wonder how big is the order? She wanted to know. 3 pieces. 3 pieces. 2-piece, actually. It's a Swiss and sirloin sandwich with some tater tots and then a side of rye bread. Come on, y'all. Fucking for real. Y'all gotta retime this shit. This is just ridiculous. This has got to be driving more than just me crazy. It's like they have the light timed to where it causes more traffic. Like they have it set up to where it's like it causes more traffic. They just ran a red light with a cop right there. Come on now, like, what the fuck, dude? You should have been totally doing your job there. You didn't see them run that light? Wow. What's their number? ZYF79. ZYF79. Wow. Because there was totally a car right here that just like literally just ran that fucking red light. And there was totally a cop that was like 10 or 15 feet behind them that should have seen that happen. Wow. Oh my God. Crazy like ocean of cars coming down the street. Oh my God. And this county's only like half to like a third of the way full if you look around. Like there's already this much of a traffic problem and the county's really realistically only halfway full. They still got so many lots that they plan on building houses on. It's just sick. And the majority of it, not even our own people. Like it's everybody from somewhere else in Florida coming here. Like this city's not even being inhabited by the people, like by the natives of the city. The natives of the city are basically being chased out. We got ripped on that fucking light. Had to wait around 2 rotations. Yes, that's it right there. Come on, Scooter. Come on, Scooter. Yeah, come on. Hurry up. Come on, skeet, skeet. Skeet, skeet. Let's go. Skeet, skeet. Skeet, skeet. Skeet, little dick. All right. Alright, let's see how many they got. Excuse me! Alright, I'll be right back. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'll take it. Let's go. We'll figure it out. We're all in this together. I don't know why. Thanks, sir. For
Thank you. Good. No, I am.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Have a great day.
You too. And little do they realize, they think you're just being stupid. It's like, no, I'm no. All right. Plug it in. 3 mile. Here we go. 3 mile. Busted out. Heading up down next to Calesia. Calesia. What do they want? At a Bravo supermarket. Okay. That's like right over here. Get out of their way. Oh. Damn, she was like trying to hit my car with her walker. Oh, take your time. Take your time. You're all right. Oh, yep. Oh. 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 North Carolina tag. Small business owner here in Florida. You love to see it, don't you? Yeah, you just love to see it. Alright. Should I just kind of post up behind them, or that's what I'm gonna do? Yeah, only because it's a Mercedes. I'm gonna go ahead and post up behind them. Because if they're special, I'm just as special. Alright. I had a double, and I just had to go like right down the street to the next restaurant. So yeah, I'll take that. There's probably gonna be music playing. I can already hear it a little bit. Yeah, I gotta pause it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
¿De tierra? Tierra, ok. Have a good day.
Hold that for me. All right. Where are we going first? Double D's. All right, so I need to go this way. We're gonna do this one Ted Bundy style, you know what I mean? Marion Cleaning. Disabled veteran. Disabled veteran cleaning toilets for a secondary career. Come on, let's go. Skeet, skeet. Skeet, skeet. Oh, skeet, 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 skeet. Oh, skeet, 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 skeet. It's reconnecting. I don't know. That's reconnecting. Reconnecting on the flow. Reconnecting on the flow. Sorry, I don't know why the signal just decided it was gonna turn. Sorry, I don't know why the signal just decided it was gonna turn. It's time to turn the Wi-Fi back on, and I randomly connected to some Wi-Fi while driving down that highway. The signal was just shit right for a minute because of that. From the window to my balls, to my balls, till sweat drops down my balls, my balls. Damn. Like both lanes are full. I'm gonna try and slow up in front of this guy, see if it makes a difference. From the window. Oh God. Of course I've got to slow down and go 12 before I can make my turn. Should still try to go around it real quick. No brake. No brake. You just sped up in front of me. No brake. Learn how to maintain a safe following distance without having to use your brake. No braking allowed. You just skeeted up in front of me. Just didn't end up in a fucking parade of cars anyway. This one for you and me, living out on trees. We're all right where we gotta be. With my arms out wide, I open my thighs, and I'm right where I could be. In a sky full of lighters, a sky full of lighters. Good job! Good job! Yay! Good job! Good Wi-Fi. You're 12 in front of me. Wow. Good job. And he was psychotic enough to agree to kill somebody from another country just for our own country's currency. Takes a special kind of person to do that. By the time you hear this album, it already spiraled up. I would do nothing to help you kind of fuck my world up. You look at it. Dusty looking bitch. I'll suck the paint off your face. And tell me your face ain't painted. All I wanna see. I'm not sure if this is a stream. I'm not sure if this is a stream.